Good morning guys from Crewe railway station in the glorious English summertime. I'm catching a train from here along the North Wales coast over to Holyhead this morning with Avanti West Coast in first class on what I think is one of the best value first class tickets that you can get in the UK. £31.60 it's costing me for an adult single all the way to Holyhead. Journey time of just over 2 hours, and I'm really interested to see what I can get for the money. Let's start with the lounge for breakfast. We'll head on up there and see what we get, and I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, a standard advance ticket from Crewe to Holyhead was £15.20 at the time of recording, which was in itself good value, I thought. And the extra money I paid for my ticket would get me a nicer, bigger, comfier seat in a more exclusive carriage. But to get the most value I could out of the fare, I'd have to eat and drink my way through at least £16.40 of free stuff to claim I'd actually got my money's worth. Could I do it? Well, for the purposes of this video, I'll be trying to estimate how much it would have cost me for each item of free food and drink I consumed. I'll use the Avanti onboard menu price wherever I can and just estimate the rest. And my ticket got me into the first class lounge here. You normally need to press the buzzer and show your ticket, but the Avanti staff here were walking straight past me at the time, so I did manage to attract their attention, and they let me in. Guys, can I show you my ticket to get in, or do I need to... sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Opened in 2009, the Cheshire Lounge, as it's called, is a nice haven here away from the hustle and bustle of the platform. And no views, unfortunately, but the main seating area does have comfy leather chairs, a departures board, audible announcements, and a business workspace type area along the far wall. And the kitchen area has a number of self-serve counters, a fridge, and most importantly, a coffee machine. And I started off with a coffee and a muesli bar, which was really nice. The breakfast menu is basically porridge, muffins, fruit, that kind of thing, and yeah, you just help yourself to it. The lounge was well stocked and everything was available. Avanti station Wi-Fi didn't work at this point, but I was able to connect to the nearby B&Q customer Wi-Fi, which was handy. It must have been next door, that place. Then had a porridge with honey, and another coffee, and a lemon shortbread, and a chocolate brownie, and another muesli bar. Now, those muesli bars were really nice. Yeah, overall, yeah, a decent lounge really, and I for one am grateful that it's open, whereas others, like Wolverhampton for example, have sadly closed down over recent times. Yeah, so yeah, not bad that. I think I had about an hour and a half in the lounge there. Certainly not going hungry, that's for sure. So plenty to eat and drink. And yeah, just on platform 11 now, waiting for my 10:45 train, which will take me over to Holyhead. We'll see what they've got on offer in first class. It's a bit of a funny time, isn't it? So I'm not sure whether they'll have like a breakfast thing or they're getting ready for lunch, or maybe a mixed. I'm not. Well, we'll find out, won't we? So yeah, about 15 minutes. We'll get on the train, see what they've got. I'll catch you in a bit. The train arrived pretty much on time. Avanti West Coast's 10-car Super Voyager train. 2 5-car units attached together, really. It was really busy today. Lots of holiday makers, day trippers getting on here, and not many people getting off, unfortunately. I found my coach, Coach E, which was also very busy. But I did manage to find an available window seat on the right side of the train, which would afford me the usual fantastic views of the North Wales coast. And that was a result, really, considering the carriage was about 75% full. A quick look at the seat area, and you have a good solid table here with the aisle seat section hinged for ease of access. Underneath, yeah, excellent legroom as you would expect, nice and clean, with a conventional and working power supply at the side here. There's a blind at the window, and above your head are individual reading lights. Between the seats is a super wide retractable armrest with seat recline levers underneath. And the seat itself, yeah, very nice, with the antimacassar on the winged headrest here and dark green leather on the rest. A comfortable back section, another armrest, although this one didn't seem to move much. A nice cushioned bottom, and down the side of the seat, yeah, reasonably clean. Shortly before Chester, coffee or tea was served, and at Chester itself our tickets were inspected. After that, a lovely lady came round asking whether we'd had breakfast or not. Well, what would you say? Options were grill, vegetarian choice, or porridge. Let's just say I'm not a vegetarian, and I'd already had some porridge earlier. I was drinking tea at this point, which was served in a proper cup with a proper spoon on a tray. And the North Wales coastline travels alongside the Dee estuary here, and yeah, anyone who's ever travelled this line will recognise the iconic TSS Duke of Lancaster, which was beached here just south of Mostyn Docks in 1979. I'd love to have a look around it one day. It must be an amazing explore, that. After that, we travelled alongside the estuary some more before heading due west and arriving into the first of our coastal stops, I guess, Prestatyn, with its security guard on the platform. Not sure why you'd need a security guard at 11:30 in the morning, but yeah, there you go. And I spent a lot of time holidaying in Prestatyn when I was young. Really enjoyed it. Haven't been since, to be honest, but yeah, like a lot of these towns on the North Wales coast, I bet it's probably changed quite a bit. So just after Prestatyn, breakfast was served, and I thought it was pretty good. We've got bacon, sausage, half a tomato, big flat mushroom on black pudding, and scrambled egg. What do you reckon? It's got to be worth 10 quid, that, hasn't it? And the thing is, you can enjoy it, along with some fantastic coastal scenery. Even on cloudy days such as today, you just cannot beat it. And needless to say, breakfast didn't last long. And after I'd finished, I just passed the time looking out the window as we passed through Rhyl and then Colwyn Bay. Enjoy the views with me as we head towards Llandudno Junction and beyond. I had another coffee as we sped towards and over the Menai Straits by way of the Britannia Bridge and then on to Anglesey itself. Now I checked out the Wi-Fi, which unfortunately didn't work on this occasion. Then I had a look at the accessible toilet, which I won't cover extensively now, but yeah, just to say that was absolutely fine. And as we neared our final destination, I began to think about the cost and what I'd had, and Yeah, okay, ordinarily I wouldn't have bought or eaten copious amounts of muesli bars and shortbread, etc. And yeah, bearing in mind there were various meal deals on offer, and when you add it all up, realistically, I probably would have had a couple of coffees and a tea, the cooked breakfast, and yeah, maybe a couple of biscuits and a Coke. That would have been, say, £25, but even then, using my somewhat loosely thought out logic, and then buying a first class ticket for £16.40 more than a standard ticket easily paid for itself, I reckon. And yeah, guess what? I even managed to liberate 1 or 2 items from the lounge earlier to have for my lunch on the way home. Yeah, but what do you think? Would you buy a first class ticket over a standard one based on what you've seen in this video? As always, guys, please let me know in the comments below. And we arrived into Holyhead pretty much on time, and after struggling somewhat to get through the automatic sliding door, I eventually made my way out onto the platform. Well, it just took a minute or two to sum up the journey. Ooh, haven't squashed. There you go, mate. Now come on. Cheers. Cross by door. Right then, guys, yeah, just over 2 hours from Crewe to Holyhead on the Avanti West Coast Super Voyager. What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty good, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting a full breakfast, so that was great, and the staff, especially Wendy, who was serving, absolutely fantastic. Couldn't do enough for you. I had a tea, I had a coffee as well. So yeah, really, really good. That and the lounge experience at Crewe this morning, I think I got my money's worth. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please join me on another adventure soon, and as always, cheers for now.